Hi. So, one of the hardest things that I do with people in practice is to help people find out how to eat in a way that best supports their health. So, on one side of the equation, you've got someone who is in a pre diabetic or insulin resistant or even diabetic pattern. So, their blood sugar is running too high. And you've probably heard that intermittent fasting is good for that, where you combine all your eating into, say, an 8-hour window, and you fast 16 hours of the day. That actually may be effective for that problem. But then if you also add in this tendency that I see for people's stress handling systems to be overrun and overworked, then it's really hard for them to go long periods of time without eating because it's a stress on their body, and so they wear out their adrenal glands, and so because their blood sugar can drop it too low, and then that stresses out the body, and it's this big, like, how do we take someone who has both blood sugar issues and adrenal issues and eat in such a way that gives them results? So here's what I have come up with, and it seems to be working really well. It's a way to balance these two needs. You need to have periods of time when you're not eating constantly, because you need to let your blood sugar come down, but you also don't want to go too long between eating so that you stress out your body and tank your adrenals any farther than they already are. So how are we going to do this? We are going to eat 3 times a day. Think of like old school 3 squares, 3 meals a day. And I want you to try to focus on eating the first meal of the day within an hour of when you get up. And what that does is that is a very powerful signal to the brain that says, wait, I am not going to starve today. And I want that first meal to be a good source of protein. So maybe it's eggs and some chicken sausage, or you make a smoothie with some collagen powder and get a big boost of protein that way. Maybe you make a smoothie and you have some sausage. You're just really, you need probably 30 grams of protein, a good dose of protein that first thing in the morning to get you going. You don't need a lot of carbs in the morning either. So more important to do protein in the morning, some healthy fat, maybe some avocado, things like that. If you're going to do a little bit of carb, that's okay. Just keep it to the low glycemic things, like if it's fruit, you want to be doing berries, or avocado, which is actually technically a fruit. And just some things that don't send that blood sugar spiking through the day. And then you want to wait several hours, and then you want to eat a nice lunch. And then again, you want to wait several hours and eat dinner. So what you're doing there is we're trying to get the benefits of both having some time between meals so that our blood sugar can come down because it's running too high, but not stressing out the body by not eating. So that's in a nutshell what we're trying to do with that. And we don't want to snack between meals, because we do want that blood sugar to come down in between the meals. So that's kind of the highlights with that. And then in order to get some of the benefits of intermittent fasting for blood sugar without stressing out the adrenal system, we want to fast for about 12 or 13 hours overnight. So that means if dinner is at 6 o'clock, then you don't eat until at least 6 or 7 the next morning. But don't go a lot longer than that. Just time it so that you're getting some of the benefits of fasting for a 12 to 13 hour period, but don't go longer than that, or else you can put stress on the adrenal system. And then just overall, generally speaking, we want to globally keep the carbs low. So that what that looks like is that the majority of your calories in your diet are coming from healthy fats. Somewhere in the 50-55% of your calories are coming from fats. I'm talking about things like avocado, if you're using butter and olive oils, and good coconuts, products, things like that, healthy fats. And then you want to do between 25 and 30% of your calories coming from protein. So, that's going to be, you're going to have to work on that and track that and keep dibs on that. So that's, over 100 grams of protein a day. So that's going to feel like a lot of protein. And then keep your carbs in that 20 to 25% of your calories range. So that's somewhere in the 90 to 110 grams of total carbohydrates a day. And you can get, there's a tracker that I like. It's called the Carb Manager, and it you can plug all those numbers in and those percentages in, and it'll give you a nice it'll create a nice little pie chart for you and tell you how many, as you're tracking your food throughout the day, how many grams of protein you still need for the day, how many carbs you've got left, all that kind of stuff. So that's just that's how I want you to be thinking, is thinking about 3 good healthy meals, 12 to 13 hours of overnight fasting, eat something with protein when you first get up, and generally speaking, keep the carbs low. Okay, thanks.